everybody, Dubious Doobie Dylan here, and before I start the story about how I accidentally took a fat piss on the sheriff's lawn in the middle of nowhere, I just wanted to welcome everybody to my channel, since this is my first video. So, this channel will mostly consist of stories about my fucked up life, and I'll usually have some very shitty gameplay to keep your brain somewhat stimulated. I'll probably branch out and do other types of videos in the future, but for now, it's just low-quality content. I mean, I'm recording my voice with my fucking iPhone, so if you watch only high-quality YouTubers, then get away from my channel. Alright, now on to the story. So, this happened last summer when I was a counselor at a summer camp in East Texas. It was a Christian summer camp, and one of the reasons why I didn't return the next summer was that I'm not religious at all. I mean, I believe in a higher power, however, I don't attach any religion to it, but I digress. So I was able to go on a 48-hour break, which made me very happy because I was tired of scraping shit off of the side of children's bathroom stalls amongst other gross things that the children did. So I decided to go to Austin, Texas because I had never visited that city before. So I left around midnight, and it was about a 4-hour drive to Austin, and at about 1 in the morning, I heard a loud popping noise from my engine, and I thought my car was about to fucking explode, so I pulled over on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, and I had been holding in a piss for a while, and my bladder was in excruciating pain, so I decided to piss on the grass next to my car. Then I pulled out my phone to Google what was wrong with my car, and because I was in the middle of nowhere, I didn't have a cellular connection. So I had to use my brain, and all of a sudden, I had a brain blast, and I remembered that I hadn't changed my oil in over a year and a half. So I got back in my car, only to find this huge-ass moth flying around, and I'm fucking terrified of bugs. I'm terrified of anything that flies. Well, not birds, because birds are cool. But any bug that flies near me, I will do anything in my power to get away from that bug. So, after 10 minutes of squirming and unsuccessfully killing the moth, I heard a knock on my window, only to see 2 cops looking at me like I was a crackhead waving my arms around like those inflatable dancing tube things in front of a car dealership. It also didn't help that I drank an iced caramel macchiato with 4 shots of espresso because I was shaking more than a vibrating dildo throughout the entire process. So I rolled down my window and said, "Hello, officers, is there a problem?" And the first thing this asshole cop says is, "Are you on drugs? Because you're shaking and you're in front of the sheriff's house." And that's when I realized that the sheriff called the cops on me because I pissed all over his lawn. So, I responded by saying, "This is all a huge coincidence. I'm shaking because I have a lot of caffeine in my system, and I also get anxious around cops. Also, I had absolutely no clue that this was the sheriff's house," which I thought was a believable claim. But no. The cop responded by saying, "Get out of the car, we're searching you." So I got out of my car and said, "Look, I'm a counselor coming from a Christian summer camp, and if I had any drugs, I would be fired without hesitation. Searching my car is a huge waste of time," which was also a valid claim. But once again, the asshole cop didn't believe me and told me to sit on the curb. So, these heathens searched my car for a fucking hour because they had to search through all of my camp gear, which they flung all over my car, leaving it in shambles. I tried to strike up some casual conversation with the other cop while all this shit was happening, but he basically told me to shut up and didn't talk to me for an hour straight, leaving me on the curb, bored out of my mind, for, again, an hour straight. So, after fucking up my car for an hour, the asshole cop walks up to me and says, "We didn't find any drugs in your car." was some bullshit. So I really wanted to say, yeah, I fucking told you so, asshole cop. I told you that there wouldn't be any drugs in my car. I told you that this would be a waste of time. I told you. But I just kind of got myself together and said, thank you, officer. Have a nice day. And then I drove off. And that's pretty much the end of my story. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. If there was a moral of this story, I'd say that it is don't piss on the sheriff's lawn, or else you might get searched for drugs. So yeah, that's it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed again, and I'll see you on the next video. Also, there's a little more to this story, so if you guys want to hear the rest of the story, just comment below that you want to hear it. Alright, that's it. Peace.